Right, everyone, please, listen up. There's no workbook for this. You'll need to take your own notes. This is mitosis and meiosis. Now, in both of these, you have cell replication occurring, and if you have cell replication occurring, you have chromosome replication occurring. But looking at this first slide, which has no definitions at all, what do you notice at the end of the process? On the left, you get two cells. On the right, you get 4 cells. On the left, the 2 cells have the same number of chromosomes. On the right, the 4 cells have half the number of chromosomes. So, at the end of this, and it's very short, it's only a few minutes, you should be able to define mitosis and meiosis, understand the purpose of each of them. Okay, it's very short. You're already familiar with diploid and haploid and chromosomes. So it just comes down to mitosis and meiosis and what's happening there. Now at the Year 10 level, you just need to have a broad understanding. If you're going to do Year 11 biology, you will do, it will become much more in depth. Okay, you'll need to know the phases of it, the different stages of it, but not in Year 10. It's reasonably simple. Now, mitosis in a nutshell. Okay, cell replication by division, where the resulting daughter cells each receive a copy of the parent cell chromosome. One diploid parent cell produces 2 diploid daughter cells. So you start with one cell with 46 chromosomes, and you end with 2 cells, each with 46 chromosomes. Okay? So you can see here, now this occurs, ordinary body cells, all of them except sex cells, brain cells, muscle cells, reproduce by mitosis. Replacement of cells with limited lifespan, red blood cells and skin cells and everything. Everything that needs to be replaced, this is occurring. It's for growth. So when you're a baby, when you're born, you have, you're quite small. You're maybe 3 kilograms. And when you're an adult, you're 50 or 60 or 70 kilograms. Your cells aren't bigger. The number of cells you have has literally increased. And that increase has occurred through mitosis. You have grown, repair. Oh, my skin cell's getting manky and horrible. It will replace itself with another skin cell that is more functional, and then it'll flake off. Okay? And asexual reproduction in bacteria. This is how bacteria reproduce. They don't have sexual reproduction, it's asexual reproduction. In all 3 of these cases, start with a single cell. This is a nice easy one. It only has 2 chromosomes. It has 1 pair of chromosomes. Now we're getting this. What's it doing here? It's making a copy of each chromosome. Now here's the question. In this cell that I'm pointing at, how many chromosomes are present? Yep. 4. That's what most people would say. Well done for sticking your hand up. 2. Because even though it looks like this, it's still joined there. That is a single chromosome that is replicating itself. Okay, so if you see a picture, and the first worksheet had something like that, if you see a picture with chromosomes looking like that, it is still, there are 2 chromosomes in the first cell, there are 2 chromosomes in this cell as well. They're just making copies of themselves. And now you can start to see, oh look, they've aligned themselves in the centre. We're getting these fibres are joining to each one. And then they're being reeled in, if you like. We'll watch a video on this. And at this end, now we have 2 chromosomes. In this end, we have 2 chromosomes. So there are 4 chromosomes. And you can see this pinching off is starting to occur. And that's going to go all the way across the cell. And now I've got 2 diploid daughter cells. So the DNA in these single chromosomes at the start, each strand has been copied. And now I have 2 diploid daughter cells, each of which has 2 chromosomes. Now, any questions there? Now, I'll jump to the next slide, but then we can come back. You can finish taking notes and whatnot. But that will allow this video to be just a little bit shorter. Okay. So, leave some space. Oh, this is just another diagram, sorry. It shows the same thing. This time we start with 2 pairs of chromosomes for a total of 4 chromosomes. Same thing happening, the chromosomes making copies of themselves, lining up across the centre, the fibres reaching the centre of each of these chromosomes, reeling them in, and now you've got your daughter cells, each of which has the 4 chromosomes. Now, in this case, this is meiosis. Cell replication by division, cells dividing again, but the resulting daughter cells receive half the number of parent cell chromosomes. You have a diploid parent cell producing 4, not 2, 4 haploid daughter cells. That is in red because that's the formal definition, okay? And what do these little N's mean? 2N means a normal number of homologous chromosomes, and 1N stands for haploid, if you like. You probably won't be asked that, but diploid and haploid you need to be familiar with. Sex cells, sperm and ova, copy by meiosis, okay, producing gametes that have a haploid number of chromosomes, N23 in this case. The DNA in the cells replicates only once, but the cell divides twice. So sex cells are haploid gametes. The purpose of this is for replication in the sense of sexual reproduction. So here we have 4 chromosomes to begin with, 2 homologous pairs. The chromosomes are making copies of themselves, but we still only have 4 chromosomes. They're lining up in the centre, and what's happening here, they're being pulled to the ends. Okay. Now we have 2 cells, each of which only has 2 chromosomes, and then again we have the fibres attaching to the chromosomes, pulling them to the ends, and finishing off with 4 egg cells or ova. So we have 4 of those, and the number of chromosomes in each case is half what we started with, or it's a haploid number relevant to what we started with at the very beginning. Now, any questions there?